Beneath the Baltic Sea, Germany is undertaking a massive and largely unnoticed excavation. At first glance, it seems like just another infrastructure project. But when you learn it involves moving more earth than the Panama Canal, questions start to arise. Billions of euros are being funneled into a hidden trench beneath the waves. What is Germany constructing under the sea, and why is no one talking about it? Let's dive in. At the heart of it all is the Fehmarnbelt Fixed Link, a 17.6-kilometer underwater tunnel set to connect Rugby Have in Denmark with Putin in Germany. When completed, it will claim the title of the longest immersed road rail tunnel in the world. Construction of the world's longest underwater rail and road tunnel is underway, a remarkable engineering achievement that is already influencing the standards of infrastructure development. What makes it even more impressive is the quiet efficiency with which it is progressing. While the world's attention is captured by flashy mega projects elsewhere, this tunnel is being carved out beneath the Baltic Sea with surgical precision and little media coverage. However, the low profile of the project should not be mistaken for a lack of significance. This is Northern Europe's largest infrastructure project. And it's not just about linking two countries, it's about redefining how Europe moves, trades, and evolves. Construction officially began in 2020 following years of legal battles, environmental studies, and intricate bilateral agreements between Denmark and Germany. Now, with physical work well underway, the tunnel is expected to be fully operational by 2029. This is a €7 billion investment funded largely by Denmark, with substantial support from the European Union. Yet what truly sets this project apart isn't just its scale or complexity, it's the efficiency with which it's being executed. Engineers have called it a once-in-a-century endeavor, not only for its size but because it is establishing new global standards in underwater construction, sustainability, and cross-border collaboration. Do you think this is just smart infrastructure or something deeper? Drop your theory below. The more conspiratorial, the better. Before this tunnel came into the picture, how did people and goods get across this vital route, and why has that method become a bottleneck for Europe? Long before the Fehmarnbelt Tunnel was conceived, travelers and cargo had only one major option to cross the 18-kilometer stretch between Rødbyhavn in Denmark and Puttgarden in Germany, the ferry. This route, known as the Vogelfluglinje or bird flight line, has been operating since the 1960s and serves as a vital link between Scandinavia and Central Europe. Every year, millions of passengers and thousands of freight trucks rely on this 45-minute ferry ride. But while once considered efficient, the route is now outdated. Its reliability is frequently disrupted by weather conditions, winter storms, and seasonal traffic congestion. Simply put, ferries are no longer adequate for a region whose economic and logistical needs have outgrown mid-20th century transport systems. That's the driving force behind the Fehmarnbelt Fixed Link to reduce travel time, expand freight capacity, and provide dependable, all-weather connectivity between Northern and Central Europe. To truly understand the tunnel's significance, it helps to zoom out. The Fehmarnbelt Corridor is part of the Trans-European Transport Network, an ambitious EU initiative designed to enhance mobility and cohesion across the continent. Positioned along the Scandinavian, Mediterranean Core Network corridor, the Fehmarnbelt plays a strategic role in trade routes stretching from Helsinki and Stockholm to Palermo, Italy. Today that route is still slowed by a ferry bottleneck, but not for much longer. So why did engineers choose to carve a path under the sea, instead of building a bridge above it? Before exploring, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just hit the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel so much. And if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. The Baltic Sea doesn't follow the usual rules. Though it may appear calm, the waters between Denmark and Germany are deceptively shallow, just deep enough to be hazardous. Icy winds sweep across the sea's flat surface, generating sudden waves and severe storms. In such conditions, a high bridge isn't just risky, it could be catastrophic. The combination of shallow waters and harsh weather has long been a concern for engineers. The existing Fehmarn Sound Bridge, built in 1963, is already under strain. Once a symbol of post-war connection, it now struggles with the demands of modern freight and high-speed traffic. Maintenance can only do so much. The future requires more than repairs, it calls for reinvention. That's why engineers chose an unexpected solution: to go under the sea, not over it. By opting for a tunnel, Denmark and Germany avoided surface vulnerabilities and created a solution that is stable, secure, and discreet. An immersed tunnel provides benefits that a bridge cannot: no towering pylons, no overhead noise, just a quiet concrete passage resting on the seabed. This was not only an engineering decision, it was a strategic one. A tunnel minimizes weather disruptions, avoids interfering with marine navigation, and reduces risks to fragile marine ecosystems. It also offers increased protection in times of conflict, a factor that has grown in relevance amid rising geopolitical tensions in the region. The project also prioritizes sustainability. By shifting freight from diesel-powered trucks to electric rail, the tunnel supports the EU's climate goals, reducing emissions and advancing cleaner, faster transportation. In a single move, the Fehmarn Belt Tunnel removes ferry delays, replaces aging infrastructure, and strengthens Europe's trade backbone. This isn't just a crossing. It's a blueprint for how nations can connect safely, strategically, and sustainably. But to build this tunnel, Germany must first do something monumental, something that's reshaping the seafloor. Just how big is this effort? To make this underwater tunnel possible, a massive and complex operation is unfolding beneath the Baltic Sea. Before tunnel sections can be installed, over 19 million cubic meters of sand, clay, and silt must be removed from the seabed. This excavation effort, one of the largest in Europe, has impressed even veteran marine engineers with its size and precision. So why is so much sand being removed? What's being done with it? And how is this vast dredging operation supporting one of Europe's most ambitious infrastructure projects? Digging a tunnel beneath the sea starts not with concrete or steel, but with earthworks on a monumental scale. In southern Denmark, a mega-project is underway to connect the country to Germany. The trench for the Fehmarn Belt Tunnel spans 18 kilometers and must be 60 meters wide and up to 16 meters deep. This allows for the installation of large tunnel segments, each roughly the length of a football field and as heavy as a naval vessel. But dredging at this scale involves more than just moving soil. The seabed is geologically diverse, made up of fine clay, sticky silt, and hard glacial deposits from the Ice Age. To handle this, engineers are using some of the world's most advanced dredging machinery. Among the key machines are trailing suction hopper dredgers, massive ships that drag suction heads along the seabed to vacuum sediment into onboard tanks. These vessels operate continuously, guided by GPS and sonar with precision down to the centimeter. In tougher areas, grab dredgers, floating cranes equipped with heavy buckets, remove dense glacial till. In other zones, backhoe dredgers act like underwater excavators. To grasp the scale, more than 19 million cubic meters of earth are being moved, about half the volume of the Panama Canal. It's enough material to reclaim land for a small city. This unprecedented operation is reshaping the Baltic Sea floor, but as Denmark and Germany prepare to connect the two nations through one of the most ambitious underwater tunnels in history. It all seems impressive, but is there more to this than meets the eye? Some are asking why such a massive operation is being carried out with such little fanfare. So far, the Fehmarn Belt fixed link appears to be a quiet triumph of European engineering. But beneath the surface, something far more complex is underway. Germany is excavating more than 19 million cubic meters of seabed. That's roughly half the volume of the Panama Canal, or enough material to build a small city. And yet, this vast operation is proceeding with barely a ripple on the surface and limited attention in the media. Why? Because this is no ordinary excavation. Before tunnel segments can be installed, engineers must carve a trench 60 meters wide, up to 16 meters deep, and 18 kilometers long across the Baltic seabed, creating a stable foundation for one of the world's largest immersed tunnels. The seabed here is challenging. It's a patchwork of sticky silt, dense clay, and gravel shaped by Ice Age glaciers. Excavating it requires highly specialized equipment. Key among these are trailing suction hopper dredgers, enormous vessels that use suction arms to remove sediment, storing it in massive onboard hoppers. They operate with precision, guided by GPS systems accurate to the centimeter. In tougher sections, grab dredgers are deployed, floating cranes with steel buckets that dig through compacted earth. And when necessary, backhoe dredgers act like underwater excavators, scraping and lifting material with robotic efficiency. These machines operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, working in tightly coordinated shifts to meet exacting standards, often in near silence. This is one of Europe's largest marine excavation projects, and it's transforming the Baltic Sea floor. The scale, precision, and cost of this effort reflect more than just engineering goals. The tunnel is a key part of Europe's strategic infrastructure, designed to improve mobility, trade, and environmental resilience across the region. As Germany and Denmark move forward, it becomes clear this is not only a construction challenge. It's part of a broader effort to shape Europe's future, sustainably, securely, and with global impact. Now, you might be wondering, how do you even build a tunnel under the sea? What you're about to see is like underwater Lego engineering on steroids. So, how does this underwater Lego-like system work? And why is it changing the way tunnels are built beneath the sea? Most people imagine tunnels being drilled through rock by huge boring machines, especially under cities or mountains. But under the sea, particularly in shallow waters like the Baltic, a different method is more effective: immersed tube tunnels. The Fehmarnbelt fixed link is applying this method on a scale never attempted before. Instead of being bored underground, the tunnel is built in large segments on land and dry docks. These segments are then floated out to sea like massive ships. Once in place, they are lowered into a pre-dug trench on the seabed using a highly coordinated system of cranes, ballast tanks, and GPS navigation. Despite early setbacks, the Fehmarnbelt tunnel is now well underway. The scale is hard to overstate. From a purpose-built construction harbor and kilometer-long tunnel segment factory to 19 million cubic meters of dredged seabed and billions of euros invested, this is far more than a typical infrastructure project. It's a mega-project of historic proportions, taking shape quietly beneath the Baltic Sea. Just how large is it? The Fehmarnbelt fixed link will span 17.6 kilometers, making it the longest immersed road-rail tunnel in the world. That's nearly twice the length of the Channel Tunnel's underwater section and 4 times longer than Denmark's current Øresund tunnel. But this isn't just a feat of construction, it's a symbol of a much larger shift. So what does the future hold for tunnels like this, and for Europe itself? Most people picture tunnels being bored through rock by giant machines under cities or mountains. But beneath the sea, especially in shallow waters like the Baltic, there's a more effective method: immersed tube tunnels. The Fehmarnbelt fixed link is using this technique on an unprecedented scale. Instead of being bored underground, tunnel segments are built in dry docks, then floated to sea like enormous ships. Once positioned, each segment is lowered into a pre-dug trench on the seabed using cranes, ballast tanks, and precision GPS systems. Despite early delays, the Fehmarnbelt Tunnel is well underway. From a purpose-built construction harbor to a kilometer-long segment factory, and with 19 million cubic meters of seabed excavated, this project is massive, one of the largest of its kind in Europe. But just how massive is this tunnel? The Fehmarnbelt fixed link will stretch 17.6 kilometers, making it the longest immersed road rail tunnel in the world. That's nearly twice the length of the Channel Tunnel's underwater portion and 4 times longer than Denmark's Øresund Tunnel. The tunnel will include a 4-lane motorway and a double-track railway, replacing the ferry between Rødbyhavn in Denmark and Puttgarden in Germany. What currently takes 45 minutes by ferry will take just 7 minutes by train or 10 minutes by car, drastically improving travel, logistics, and carbon efficiency. To support the construction, a specialized tunnel factory was built in Rødbyhavn, spanning over 1 kilometer. There, 89 tunnel elements, each 217 meters long, are cast from high-performance concrete and reinforced with thousands of tons of steel. These will be floated out and connected undersea with millimeter precision. The seabed trench is 60 meters wide and up to 16 meters deep, making room for over 3 million tons of tunnel components. The excavation effort, involving over 19 million cubic meters of sediment, ranks among Europe's largest marine projects. The workforce includes thousands of professionals, marine engineers, divers, environmental scientists, logistics teams, and tradespeople. Direct employment spans industries like manufacturing, transport, and hospitality across Denmark and Germany. With a cost of around 7 billion euros, this is one of Europe's most expensive infrastructure projects. But the investment is expected to pay off through long-term economic growth, improved freight routes, shorter travel times, and a continuous transport corridor from Scandinavia to Italy. For more deep dives into global projects with hidden agendas, subscribe. We uncover what most media don't even mention. If this project is already changing how we connect, what could it mean for future mega projects around the world? This tunnel proves that even the largest engineering challenges can be overcome through smart planning, advanced technology, and long-term vision. While skyscrapers and mega bridges often capture the spotlight, immersed tunnels like the Fehmarnbelt fixed link may quietly lead the next wave of cross-border connectivity. Germany's involvement, though less prominently featured in public discussions compared to Denmark's, highlights its crucial role in large-scale engineering. It demonstrates how precision, diplomacy, and logistical coordination, even behind the scenes, can deliver world-class results. The collaboration between Denmark and Germany shows how shared infrastructure can unite nations, boost economic integration, and offer more reliable, efficient alternatives to outdated transport systems. Looking ahead, the Fehmarnbelt project could inspire a new era of international tunnel building. Concepts once seen as too ambitious, like fixed links between Italy and the Balkans, underwater connections from Japan's outer islands, or even a tunnel beneath the Bering Strait, may gradually shift from dream to possibility. What the Fehmarnbelt Tunnel illustrates is that, with political will, public backing, and environmental responsibility, even the most ambitious infrastructure can become a reality. A shift in thinking is also underway. Future transportation isn't only about speed, it's about sustainability, resilience, and strategic value. Fixed links like Fehmarnbelt offer lower emissions, year-round reliability, and seamless integration with green transport systems such as electric rail. As nations pursue climate targets and net zero goals, projects like this are likely to become the standard, not the exception. In the end, the quiet dredging of sand from the Baltic was more than a construction effort. It marked a transformation in how we connect, how we move goods, and how we shape a future where distance no longer divides us. If you found today's video interesting, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is very important to us. Be sure to check out the next video appearing on your screen. you're sure to love the content we bring. Please leave a comment about which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.
Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.